Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's so important for your happiness and well-being. How to build a relationship with yourself. You know, we often focus so much on our relationships with others, our partners, our families, our friends, our colleagues, that we forget to nurture the most important relationship of all, the one we have with ourselves. We pour so much of ourselves into these other relationships, wanting to show up as our best selves. But what about the relationship with the person we see in the mirror every morning? So, if you're ready to start cultivating more self-love, self-acceptance, and inner peace, grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's get into it. Let's start with the foundation. Why is building a relationship with ourselves so important? Why does it matter? Well, it matters because it's the foundation for everything else in our lives. Think about it, every experience, every interaction, every feeling is filtered through the lens of how we see ourselves. If we're constantly criticizing ourselves, if we're afraid to set boundaries, if we don't believe we're worthy of love and belonging, then that's going to impact every single area of our lives. But here's the good news, it works the other way too. When we cultivate a strong sense of self-worth, when we treat ourselves with kindness and compassion, when we show up authentically in the world, it changes everything. Our relationships become stronger because we're not coming from a place of neediness or insecurity. We go after our dreams with more courage and resilience because we believe in ourselves. We're more present and engaged in our lives because we're not constantly second-guessing ourselves or worrying about what other people think. Building a relationship with yourself is an act of courage. It's about being willing to look inwards, to get to know yourself deeply, and to embrace all of who you are, the good, the bad, and the perfectly imperfect. And trust me, this journey inward is the most worthwhile one you'll ever take. So how do we start building this relationship with ourselves? It starts with self-awareness, getting curious about who we are, what we think and feel, and why we do the things we do. Think of it like putting on a new pair of glasses that allow you to see yourself with more clarity and compassion. One of the most powerful tools I've found for cultivating self-awareness is journaling. There's something so incredibly freeing about getting your thoughts and feelings out of your head and onto paper. Don't worry about grammar or punctuation, just let it flow. Another practice that's been transformative for me is meditation. Now I know meditation can seem a little intimidating at first, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Just start with a few minutes each day, focusing on your breath and noticing the thoughts and sensations that arise without judgment. Self-reflection is also key. Take some time each day, maybe while you're walking or taking a bath, to reflect on your experiences. What went well today? What challenges did you face? What did you learn about yourself? Remember, this is an ongoing process. There's no finish line to cross. Just keep showing up for yourself with curiosity and a willingness to learn and grow. Once we start to develop a deeper understanding of ourselves, we can begin to cultivate self-love. And this isn't about vanity or narcissism, it's about recognizing your inherent worthiness and treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion you would offer to a loved one. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to practice self-love is through positive self-talk. Pay attention to the voice in your head. Is it critical, judgmental, or harsh? If so, start to challenge those thoughts and replace them with more loving and supportive ones. Affirmations are another great tool. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, either out loud or silently, to reprogram your subconscious mind. Some of my favorites include, I am enough, I am worthy of love and belonging, and I'm capable of achieving my dreams. Remember, self-love is a practice, not a destination. There will be days when you struggle to believe these things about yourself, and that's okay. Be gentle with yourself and just keep showing up. Chapter 4. Prioritize self-care. Self-care is not selfish, it's essential. When we prioritize our own well-being, we're better equipped to show up for ourselves and for the people we love. It's about making choices that nourish your mind, body, and soul. This looks different for everyone. For some, it might be taking a long bath, reading a good book, or spending time in nature. For others, it might be going for a run, practicing yoga, or listening to music. The key is to find what brings you joy, what fills your cup, and make time for it regularly. And here's the thing, self-care isn't just about bubble baths and face masks. It's also about setting boundaries, saying no to things that drain your energy, and making choices that align with your values. It's about prioritizing your mental and emotional health just as much as your physical health. Chapter 5. Set boundaries. Let's talk about boundaries. Boundaries are essential for protecting our time, energy, and emotional well-being. They're about saying yes to ourselves and what matters most to us, even if it means saying no to others. Setting boundaries can be challenging, especially if you're a people pleaser like me. But remember, saying no to something doesn't mean you're being selfish or unkind. It simply means you're honoring your own needs and limits. Start by identifying areas in your life where you feel drained or resentful. Are you constantly saying yes to requests, even when you're already feeling overwhelmed? Are you letting people overstep your boundaries? Once you've identified these areas, start setting clear and firm boundaries. This might mean saying no to social invitations, delegating tasks, or having difficult conversations with loved ones. It's not always easy, but trust me, it's worth it. Chapter 6. Practice self-compassion. We all make mistakes. We all have moments of self-doubt, insecurity, and fear. It's part of being human. But how we treat ourselves during these times makes all the difference. Self-compassion is about being kind and understanding towards ourselves, especially when we're struggling. It's about recognizing that we're doing the best we can with the resources we have in this moment. Instead of beating yourself up for a mistake, try offering yourself the same kindness and compassion you would offer to a friend. Talk to yourself with love and understanding. Remind yourself that you're not perfect and that's okay. We're all works in progress, and that's what makes life so interesting. Give yourself permission to be perfectly imperfect and embrace the journey with all its ups and downs. In our busy, hyper-connected world, it's easy to go days, weeks, or even months without spending quality time alone. But solitude is essential for our well-being. It's in the quiet moments, when we disconnect from the outside world, that we can truly connect with ourselves. Alone time gives us the space to reflect on our lives, process our emotions, and recharge our batteries. It allows us to reconnect with our passions, our creativity, and our inner wisdom. If you're not used to spending time alone, start small. Take yourself out for coffee, go for a walk in nature, or simply sit in silence for a few minutes each day. You might be surprised by what you discover about yourself. Self-acceptance is about embracing all parts of ourselves, the good, the bad, and the messy. It's about recognizing that we are enough, just as we are, imperfections and all. So often we get caught up in comparing ourselves to others, focusing on our flaws and striving for an impossible standard of perfection. But true beauty lies in our imperfections, in our uniqueness, in the qualities that make us, us. Instead of trying to change yourself, try focusing on your strengths, your talents, and the things you love about yourself. Celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small. Practice gratitude for the body you have, even if it doesn't fit society's narrow standards of beauty. Remember, you are a work in progress and that's okay. Give yourself permission to evolve and grow at your own pace. In a world that often tells us to downplay our accomplishments and strive for more, it's important to celebrate our wins, no matter how small they may seem. Recognizing and appreciating our accomplishments, big or small, is crucial for building self-confidence and self-worth. Think back on your journey. What have you overcome? What goals have you achieved? What challenges have you faced with courage and resilience? Take a moment to acknowledge and celebrate these victories. You don't need to throw a party or post about it on social media unless you want to, but do take a moment to acknowledge your own strength and resilience. Give yourself a pat on the back, you deserve it. Celebrating your wins isn't about being arrogant or boastful, it's about acknowledging your own progress and giving yourself credit where credit is due. It's about recognizing how far you've come and fueling your motivation to keep going. And that's a wrap. Building a relationship with yourself is an ongoing journey, but it's one of the most important investments you can make. By practicing self-awareness, self-love, and self-acceptance, you create a strong foundation for a happy, fulfilling life. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might need to hear this message. Drop a comment below and let me know one way you're going to start building a better relationship with yourself today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.